they showed clearly their opposition against Jesus. So they challenged Jesus. So they against Jesus, they were against Jesus in the case of Jesus is the healing, and Jesus is the miracles, and Jesus is casting out demons, all different kinds of Jesus' ministry, they challenged. Last week we learned about they criticized Jesus' disciples. So when they grabbed the grains and then when they ate it, they criticized them to break the law. Today, they were challenging Jesus with the same issues. So Jesus entered their synagogue, and then there was a man with a wither. According to the Jewish rules, we know about the fourth commandment of the Decalogue, the 10 commandments. And according to the fourth commandment, they should not work. The exile, the Jews, they made all different kinds of detailed regulations on that fourth commandment. So according to their rules, they do not treat the patients on the Sabbath. Of course, there are some exceptions, like life-threatening cases. They allowed to heal. Or a woman giving birth on the Sabbath. It was another exception. But other than that, especially this case, a man with a widow is not immediate threat to his life. So in this case, the Jews, they prevented people from hearing this threat. So you see, we can see their intention. They wanted to accuse Jesus of breaking the Sabbath. So they were asking that clearly on the Sabbath in front of everyone. Is it lawful to kill this man on the Sabbath? And then look at that. What was Jesus did? What man shall there be among you that shall worship? And if they go into a pit on the Sabbath day, what will he do? So Jesus asked them, if you have a sheep and the sheep falls into the pit on the Sabbath day, what will you do? Even though the Pharisees, they were stricter than the ordinary people, even the Pharisees, they allowed, in this kind of case, they allowed people to save the sheep from the pit. Why is that so? Because the sheep, all those animals were really, really very valuable possessions in the ancient time. This is really, really heavy, a big possession. So in that case, the sheep was falling into the pit. If they let it be there, until the end of the Sabbath, maybe it might be God. So they worried about losing the valuable possession. In this case, they allowed people to save the sheep from the pit. So now, what is he doing? What Jesus is doing here? He's pointing out that their rules, their rules about the Sabbath. You can save the sheep from the pit. You cannot heal your suffering patient or your suffering neighbor. Jesus is pointing out that how simple they were. Their rules reflect the human sinful nature, their evil, selfish hearts. They value their material loss over a neighbor's pain. So Jesus is pointing out that the Pharisees' rules or the Jewish rules, the tradition reflect how far away they were from God's creation. They valued their material loss over neighbor's pain. So Jesus is saying this. Okay, so at this moment, we need to think about the true meaning of Sabbath. You know? What is the true meaning of Sabbath? What was the first Sabbath? On the seventh day of creation, God completed his creation and he took rest. And then he reigned from his temple, his creation, right? So the first Sabbath shows God brought light. God brought order. God brought light to the chaos, to the darkness, to the night. So he completed the creation and he took rest. That was the first step. So when God gave the order, commandment on the Sabbath, about the Sabbath, God wanted the people to remember the first Sabbath. What is the meaning of the first Sabbath? God is the creator. He is the source of life. He is the one who brings the order, who brings the light to us. And then, you know, at the same time, the Sabbath is important meaning. Okay, the Sabbath reminds the people what is our task. God created Adam and Eve, and then God gave them really special tasks. God ordered them to multiply, fill the earth, and then rule over the earth. What does it mean? It's not to allow us for that. You can do whatever you want. It's not of it. They were created according to God's image. So they were holding God's image in them. So wherever they go, they multiply. Their descendants are there over. Wherever they go, they rule over there according to the image of God, God's love, God's mercy, God's light. So wherever they go, the creation will be extended. There will be the true rest wherever they go. That is the task God entrusted to the first human being. And then God gave exactly the same task to Israelites, but God gave them commandments over the Sabbath. God wanted them to remember that. God is the one who brought the order and light. He is the creator. Through him, the world, which was filled with darkness and death, it could enjoy God's light and rest, peace and love and his mercy. And then he wanted all the people enjoy that rest through his people. Through his people who will rule over the earth. Okay? Like God does. So now let's come back to our passage today. Jesus is pointing out what is the true meaning of the Sabbath. It is not simply ceasing from work. Okay? Especially look at verse 12. Okay? In verse 12, Jesus said, well, in the Sabbath day. This expression is really interesting in light of creation. Okay? To do, that word to do actually has the meaning of creation. Okay? And then, well, good. This word also alludes creation as well. After God completed his creation, he said everything looked good. So goodness here is not just a moral goodness. Here, goodness means everything is in order. Not for the order, so everything is set in order. So now, Jesus, okay, like with his true meaning of the Sabbath, he was bringing this light to this man with a wither. Jesus brought the light to his chaotic life. Jesus healed through Jesus. And then Jesus is expecting his disciples to do the same thing in this world. Okay? And the last thing for today, let's look at the response of what was their response? What was their reaction to Jesus did? Miracle here, Jesus did creation here. Their response was not delight or joy. Even though they saw that Jesus was revealing the true meaning of the Sabbath, and they saw that this man, filled with pain and suffering, he was restored. But they did not enjoy it. They did not have that joy. Instead, what they did, they went away and then they plotted to kill Jesus. Why? Yeah. Why did they not enjoy this restoration of their neighbor? Why did they not enjoy this true meaning of Sabbath revealed through Jesus? Why? Verse 9 gives us really important thing here. Verse 9 said, Jesus went into their synagogue. Yeah, their synagogue. This phrase tells us so many things. So in those days, Jesus' days, there were many in the towns of the Jews. They had one temple, wherever and family household the Jews they established their synagogue. So all over the Jewish house, there were many synagogues. And then in the synagogue, the law, Mosaic law, was taught. It was studied, discussed. So in the synagogue, the Pharisees, they had great influence over the people. But now, their influence, their authority, they are collapsing because of Jesus. Their security is threatened. That's why those Pharisees, they were angry in front of this restoration. And then they went away, plotted to kill Jesus. Let us wrap up our today's message. We need to recognize that it is really easy for us to be a Pharisee. We are not living in Jesus' time. We are not a Jew. Still, we have very much a high possible to be a Pharisee. When we focus on a sheep over our neighbor's sheep, when we are sensitive to our own hurt over our neighbor's sheep, we are Pharisee. We can be like them. Those people who are criticized by Jesus, who are called the sons of evil, sons of devil. So we want to be Jesus' disciple. So let's focus on the true meaning of Sabbath. What kind of day is it? It is the day God created the earth and took a rest. All the earth, okay, were filled with God's peace, His life, His love, and His justice. That's the Sabbath day. And then God called us to be the people who are bringing His peace and life to our neighbors. So our days, not on the Lord's day, all 7 days should be the seventh day. Through our lifetime, we have to be the people who are bringing His life and order and light to our neighbors, so that they can enjoy the fullness of their life. Okay? Let us pray. Let's pray.